Hi, my name is Father Justin Brophy. I'm an assistant professor in political science, and today I want to make one of my favorite Lenten meals, which is Risotto Bianco, just white risotto with some cheese. It's a great Lenten dish because there's no meat in it, but it's also great because it's contemplative. It requires some love. You need time to just sit down and concentrate on what we're doing. So I've got some rice here, about half a cup of arborio rice, some Parmesan cheese, 1 shallot, some butter, salt. We'll start with the butter in the pan, 2 tablespoons, and I'm going to cook my shallot. Don't want this to brown, just want it to get translucent. Once that starts cooking, your rice is going to go in. You want to toast this a little bit in the butter. It's going to give it a nice flavor, but it's also going to start releasing the starches, which you need for this to thicken up and be a really nice dish. So you want it to absorb all the butter, and once you start smelling the grain, probably about 2 to 3 minutes, you know it's ready for the next step. Now I've got my cooking liquid over here on the heat. I'm using just salt water today, although you can use broth. Vegetable broth is really good, but I just like the plain salt water. Rookie mistake is to throw this in cold, and what that does is it drops the cooking temperature, so your risotto is not going to be great. So you want this to be hot so everything is cooking evenly at the same time. That smells awesome. I can smell it, so now I'm going to hit it with some white wine. I love these OXO bottles. They keep everything nice and organized for me. If I were on a gas burner, I'd probably turn off the flame to prevent from flare-ups. But we don't need to do that on this stove. Now the trick here is going to be just to cook down your liquids step by step till they're almost evaporated, but not completely, and keep going. The reason we put the wine in here is because it gives a little bit of acidity to the dish. Everything is creamy, butter, cheese, etc., etc. You need a little bit of acid. I'm going to salt my water, not as aggressively as I would do pasta water, but we want some seasoning in there. Once the wine evaporates and all of the alcohol has kind of cooked out, that's when we're going to start to add our liquid. I'm going to go a ladleful at a time, take it nice and slow, and release all the nice starches in the rice. It's going to make this super creamy dish. Like I said, focus. You don't want to leave this alone. Keep stirring, bring the starches out. Slowly let it all absorb into the rice. That half cup of rice didn't look like a lot. It's going to blow up to at least twice its size. Look at how much bigger that rice got. It's about half of the way there. Once again, the liquid's almost gone, so we're going to add a little bit of more. And because my salt water is boiling, it's not taking down the temperature of the rice in the pan. Everything's going to cook evenly. Now it's really starting to thicken up. It's looking good. We're almost there, but not quite. Whenever you think it's done taking on liquid, it'll take on more liquid, but that's what makes it so good. Is it just absorbs all this fluid. It becomes so silky and delicious. Now this is just about taking on all of the liquid that it's going to take on. We're just going to cook this down to dry it out a little more, get it a little tighter, and then we're going to finish off our risotto. Now, of course, the classic cheese with this is Parmigiano Reggiano. Important ingredient, but for me, what really makes this dish is fresh, cracked black pepper. And, of course, a little bit of olive oil. Okay, here we are. Just about finished. So what we're going to do is turn the heat off. We're going to let the residual heat cook the rest of this. I'm going to hit this with 1 tablespoon of butter And that's going to help give it this nice creamy texture that we want. And then, of course, we're going to hit it with our cheese. This looks right to me. That OXO bottle again. A little bit of olive oil. That black pepper I told you about. That looks good enough to eat. What do you think? Oh, pretty good.